working on my 2014 Fleetwood Bounder today. So just got back from a trip out to Indy from Massachusetts, and we had an accident. My mother was at the counter preparing her dinner, and the door that enters the RV is right next to the kitchen counter, and she was standing on the floor level, which is about 4 foot 3 inches above the outside ground, and she stepped to the left without realizing that her foot went off of the floor and onto the first step, and she ended up outside on the ground. So today I am putting a safety rail into place, and we're going to ensure that that can't happen again. Okay, let's get started. Okay, parts and tools that we'll need for this project. This is an exterior handrail that I bought from Home Depot. I cut it to the length of 26 inches, which I think will be perfect to span that area. Also have a hinge that I bought on Amazon. This is a 90-degree locking hinge, so it will be, at one point it'll be flat against the cabinet, and then it can lock so it'll ride flat against the cabinet, and then it can lock at a 90 degree angle. So I bought this on Amazon. I will post a link to it down below. This hinge came with screws. They're panhead screws, wood screws, 1 inch long. And I also have some 3/4 inch screws, 3/4 inch panhead screws, because my cabinet is made of 3/4 inch plywood, and I don't want these 1 inch screws to go through to the other side of the cabinet where somebody could scratch their hand on it. So I'll probably use the 1 inch screws, or possibly use the 1 inch screws when I mount the bracket to the handrail, but when I mount the bracket or the hinge to the cabinet, I'll use the 3/4 inch screws. Yeah, so that's it for parts. For tools, I have a level that I'll be using to make sure that the top of this hinge is level when I mount it to the cabinet. I also have a paintbrush and some paint, and I'll be painting this rail. I'm going to paint it red because we accent a lot with red around here, so I'll be painting it red. I have some Behr paint from Home Depot. It's got a primer stain block in it also, and 2 coats of it should cover and should be pretty durable. I have a tape measure here, got a pencil, have a driver with a Phillips head bit, and I'll also keep some drill bits around just in case I need to drill pilot holes for the screws that are going into this rail. Okay, so the stair starts right about here. So I want to keep this safety bar in a couple inches to make sure that anybody standing next to the bar won't be able to get their foot in over the stair. So I'm going to put the hinge about 2 inches from the bottom of the countertop, is what I determined would be enough clearance to open and close the safety pole without the top of it hitting the countertop. So I want to be about 2 inches away. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'll make a mark 2 inches down. Then I'm going to take my level, and I want to make a level line on the countertop right at that mark, 2 inches down. And that's where the top of my hinge is going to go. So my hinge will run just along that level mark. and that's where I'm going to mount it. I'm going to take this pencil, mark off all 4 of these holes. I'm going to start the screw holes with the hinge off, and then once the screw holes are started, I will screw it to the cabinet. So I am able to use those 1-inch screws. There's a veneer panel on the outside. There's 3/4 inch plywood for the cabinet, and then there is a carpet that's probably 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. So when I put those 1-inch screws in, they don't protrude through the other side. So I prefer to use the 1-inch over the 3/4. I have 2 of them in place, and they're really solid with just 2 of them. So I have 2 more to go, and I'm certain that this hinge is going to be really sturdy. Okay, got all the holes started. Hinge is ready to be mounted to the cabinet. And after I finish painting the bar, I'll mount the bar to the hinge first, and then I'll mount the hinge to the cabinet. I painted the safety rail and mounted the hinge to it. I did pre-drill these holes because this wood is pretty hard. I think the rail is made out of poplar, and I didn't want the screw to split the rail as I was mounting the hinge to it. So I just drilled some pilot holes for the screws, mounted the hinge to it, tightened it up. All that's left is to mount it to the cabinet now. Last step. The holes are all ready to go in the cabinet, and all I have to do is screw the rail to it. Safety rail is in place. This is how it is. This is how it's locked in when we are inside the RV, and it also locks in the down position for travel. This hinge is really high quality. I got it on Amazon, and I will put a link below this video for anybody who wants to purchase one. It comes with screws that were the perfect length to screw into the rail, and also the perfect length to screw into this particular cabinet. I like the height that it's mounted because it is a good height for adults, and I also have grandchildren between the ages of 4 and 8, and I think this will be a good height for them also. I really recommend, if you have an RV that has the door and the stairs coming into the kitchen area, that you do something to secure and to keep the people on the inside safe, because that was a pretty scary accident when my 85-year-old mother tripped and landed on the ground outside. So fortunately, she's okay. She's pretty rugged, but we are not planning on letting that happen again. So had to put this in place before the RV could go back out. If you have any comments, you can leave them below for me. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to continue to do videos as I work on this RV, and maybe we can learn together. Have a great day.